Right, ladies and gentlemen. Girls. You're all doing well? About time to get this show on the road. Just give me 1 second, guys. I just gotta quickly do something and we'll be up and running. Alright, guys, without further ado. Good morning. Good afternoon. As always, very good evening. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another edition of the London session. Looking forward to seeing once again what we can come up with moving forward here today. What has been a really good week so far for me. Both trades came yesterday, one on the stream, one after the stream. I've had 2 wins so far for the week and yet another successful week so far just by following the plan all throughout and trading what I see as opposed to what I think will happen. And that's what I always stress here on this stream. That's what we need to do. Trade our plan, stick to the rules, and the rest will be okay if you just manage to do that. Anyway, guys, enough of that. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you've all had a good week trading wise and away from trading. Let's quickly have a look at the news. I don't know why I've got two, actually I do know why I've got 2 Forex calendars up there. Anyway, let's have a look to see what we've got moving forward here today. All right, so actually I did change the settings here. Why it's throwing me off a little bit. All right, well, I'll leave it at UTC time. So that means this is going to test my time zones. So that means in about 4 hours from now, we got high impact news for the pound. So away from the stream, guys. So I won't be on stream for that. We do have monetary policy statement, which will also obviously be a big one for the pound moving forward. So that's something that we need to be wary of if you are trading into MY or pre-MY. Definitely consider the fact that there is high impact pound news, and obviously the official bank rate, governor speaking, will definitely impact the markets. In the meantime, guys, you guys know the drill. If you could, YouTube, don't forget to smash that like button away, and it's really important. Gets the algorithm ticking, gets people onto the stream. Really need you guys to help me out. And TikTok as well, if you could, just please make sure to smash that screen for me. And guys, any charts, any questions, anything you'd like me to look at, please feel free to share those in the chat. And without further ado, we will have a look at the gold. We'll begin with the gold. And once again, we'll be starting at that weekly time frame. And what we can see is we do have current weekly. So it's forming bullish, obviously. We do have that high, low, higher, high. Not the strongest of bullish candles though, because essentially what we're doing here in the high time frame is just consolidating. We are really calling up here. So that what that suggests to me is that we're likely building liquidity from the gathering liquidity once again from the market to either make a clean move up and continue life the actual higher time frame trend, or B, big rejection, maybe a deeper pullback. So very little to no direction right here in the weekly. Obviously prior to it been trending, I mean, for the best part of 2 years now. So markets can't always continue to trend. There's going to be periods of time when they do consolidate, gather some more orders, and this is probably the longest gold's been stuck in consolidation for the past few years in regards to the high time frame picture here. On to the daily time frame, and what we can see is, let me just zoom in on that. Previous daily did close in fact bearish. Inside bar candle though, not a great deal of volume on the previous daily candle. Current candle doesn't really have a great deal of volume within it as well, but we are just, again, be more evident once we go down to the 4 hour time frame, but we are just falling up in a bit of a range here. So not much we can do with the back of the daily at this stage, other than the fact that perhaps we are confirming that lower high scenario. So maybe if we were to begin to break low of that previous candle, could trigger a deeper sell-off. But these weeks are likely going to be levels of support in my time frame. So we'll wait till we go to the 4 hour, more so the 15, to determine what sort of levels we could look to get involved in some potential trades. On to the 4 hour here, and as we can see, we're just stuck in really heavy consolidation here. Very choppy, no clear direction. We're just range bound. I'm just going to mark in these is the most recent levels. These levels here, support and to the upside, the resistance. Current candle is closing in a few minutes time, making a bit of a pullback. So we've got another support just here, which we need to add. Structurally here, we are technically bullish though on the 4 hour. So that will give us confluence to the upside. 4 hour is bullish, but we are rejecting the resistance. So we've got the daily. Previous candle was bearish. Current candle is just an inside bar candle. Weekly is forming bullish. Now onto the 15. And the structure on the M15 here is, it's bullish. Yep, we are bullish in the 15. So therefore, I'm just having a look at this zone. We want to keep it in and around that point, because that is the lowest point, sorry, of any bullish candle here on the 4 hour as well. So therefore we need to incorporate the low of this bearish wick on that candle there. So 15 is bullish, so therefore the bias is still technically bullish, guys, with the 15 minute, the 4 hour, and the weekly candle. The 4 hour structure and weekly candle pretty bullish. We've got the daily candle, previous daily bearish, current candle forming weak bullish. So off the back of that, guys, what I'm likely going to be looking for is I'm going to wait for price to come back down to this 4 hour zone of support. I want it to tap into that point and begin to bounce off it. Now the preference would be for it to actually take out the lows of the day, the Asian session lows, and begin to pop back above that support formed just above the lows of the Asian session. If we were to do so, off the back of that, that could just be another liquidity grab. We will briefly flip the daily back bearish, but so long as we really respect the daily candles low, I do believe that we could just trade range bound and end up moving back towards the high of the day. So if price was to come back down to that zone and begin to form support above it, then I would contemplate a potential buy off the back of that scenario. I'm gonna remove that to the downside for the time being. Now, as for further options, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to adjust this zone so to more recent levels. I'm going to use that zone there. Reason being, because within this actual 4 hour zone, we do have some very clean traffic here on the M15. So I'm just going to add a zone there. And further buy options would be if price was to pop back above the highs of the day, once again, take out the Asian session highs, begin to pop above this resistance. So long as we trigger in some sellers prior to popping above that level of resistance and wipe those sellers out, close above, then I will contemplate some buy options from above 33.85.40. So that is the buy options here on gold, what I'd be looking at. And now for the potential sells, guys. So for the sells, pretty simple. They're very simple. What I'm going to be waiting for is just literally a pullback. Preferencing price tapping into again the daily high, if not breaking it, pulling back below it, back below the resistance, so rejecting and giving me a price action signal back into the range below for a potential sell. That is pretty much at the minute the only thing I will consider for the sells. Well, that is the preference. Now maybe, just maybe, we might consider a sell from this resistance, the most recent resistance. If price was to pull back, let's say close to session time, we've got a catalyst forming within price action, that point there, then potentially I will consider a sell. But for the time being, I'm just going to focus primarily on the 4 hour range, the zones themselves, and I want to see price pretty much tap into either the resistance or potential rejection, or even either support for price to potentially bounce off to look for some buy options. That is my opinion of the gold, guys. Make of that what you will, but one thing you must do is hit that like button. YouTube, please don't forget to hit that like button, and TikTok, smash that screen for me. So that's the gold, guys. We can now move on and let's take a look at still quite a popular pair, GJ, even though I don't really trade it that much or at all at the minute, but a lot of you guys do. So we'll take a look at looking at the weekly. So once again, we are now well into the latter part of the week, so I would now just refer to the current weekly candle for its direction. And what we can see is we are forming quite a strong bullish candle. Now, having said that, we do still have a lower high, lower low to the previous low, so don't really have any counter probabilities at the minute. but we're going to see what sort of levels we've got within this current weekly candle, more so on the 4-hour and M30. So strong bullish in the weekly. Daily still trending bullish here as far as the candle probabilities. We have high low, high high. Seeing we have broken the high, then really is not that much of a need for us to pop back down and break that previous daily candles low. If we were to do current daily candles low, so if we were to do so, breaking level of support form within the daily candle at the low, and that could lead to a deeper pullback. We begin to break above the resistance formed at the daily high. So long as we do have some clean traffic to the left, that could lead to a deeper push to the upside. Onto the 4-hour time frame here, and we are technically bearish in structure, but we are creating some higher lows, higher highs within the structure itself. So you could add that as confluence. Be marking that as the most recent resistance. And with goals tapping into previous support and rejecting. As far as support, that is the most recent support, but we'll have some levels in between. Obviously, once we go down to, in this case, the 30 on the currency pairs. And what we can see on GJ here. All right, so the 30-minute time frame is technically bullish, and it will remain bullish until this swing point here, where I see it, not closed above the swing high. That's the highest point. No, actually, hold on. We will flip bearish below this point here, but I still wouldn't sell it until we're back below 196.526. So GJ, the bias right now is pretty bullish, to be honest. So I prefer to look for the bias. However, we have just recently formed support after rejecting 4-hour resistance. So probably just mark that level in. So if price was to begin to pop below the support here at 196.840, as long as you get a nice strong bearish engulfing closure, for instance, that would be a pretty good indication that price is going to potentially come back down to 196.60. Off the back of that, that could be a potential counter trend entry for GJ to the downside. Otherwise, so that will look a little bit like so: closure below, retest, continuation. However, the bias is quite bullish on GJ, so there'd be nothing wrong just sticking to the bias and waiting for price to pull back at this stage to look for some potential buys from support. The other option is above the high. Again, we are very clean to the left, so once again, as long as we trigger in some sellers prior to popping above that point, wipe those sellers out and begin to push above, then the buys above to me will also look like a pretty good option moving forward on GJ. Now, the better sell entry, in my opinion, where it's a little bit more probable, is once we've got the confirmation of the structure flipping bearish, and that will be upon closure here pretty much below, I mean, it's technically below 196.580 roughly, but you wouldn't necessarily sell it into the minor support just to the side of that. It's actually a 4-hour support, so I'd probably wait for price to get below 196.520, 196.50 psychological round number, begin and pop below that number there, and I do believe it could trigger a bigger sell if we do have some clean traffic to the left hand side as well. So that is the GJ, guys. Once again, make of that what you will. Shall we look at German 40? Few of you tend to ask about it. I'm not convinced, to be honest. I just don't watch it enough to trust it at all. But anyway, let's just quickly look at it weekly. Forming very strong bullish, so really pushing up against that previous weekly candle at the minute. The buyers have stepped back into the market after a big sell-off from last week. Daily candles are still forming high lows, higher highs here. A bit of strength in the current daily candle. Let's just mark in the high. We'll also mark in the low for the time being. Onto the 4-hour. 4-hour is still technically bearish, just a slow trickle up. But often these slow trickles against the trend, against structure, followed by a waterfall. However, the other time frames suggest here that that might not be the case, because we are quite strong bullish on obviously the daily counter probabilities and the weekly. As far as support resistance, let's just mark in that. We'll go down to the 15. So that's the daily low. As far as the upside, That's the most recent resistance. What do we got to the left hand side of it? Clean traffic by the looks of things. Yeah, basically, I mean, you could just drag this up a tiny bit and it's much cleaner beyond that point. All right, so for those who really are interested in GBP40, a few of you tend to ask about. So what I'd be looking at is, and I like how that lines up pretty much with the Asian session high. So if price was to once again, so first of all, for the buy options, I would say so long as we really remain above this support here, the 4-hour support, we're technically bullish pretty much across the board. Sorry, let's take that back. The 4-hour is technically not bullish, but we are forming high highs, high lows within the actual structure itself. So I would say as long as we remain above this support here, even take out the daily low, the Asian session low, only to pop back above, I would be preferencing a buy. Now, further options would be, we have just triggered in sellers at the resistance. If we were to wipe those sellers out, pop above, close above, retest, begin to pull away from that zone, then I would be looking for some potential buy options from above that resistance. And for the time being, that is pretty much it. I just focus on the buys. The only other thing I would consider is if in fact we do create a double top, even take out the high of the day, only to pop back below the resistance. At that point there may be some counter trend sell options. And that is my opinion of the charts for the time being, guys. Once again, hopefully it makes sense. And whether you like it or not, good. Smash the like button. YouTube, TikTok, hit that screen. Now let's have a good one, team. Let me get to you guys in the chat. Barman, appreciate it. Yep, give a like. Tony Gold, Grandmaster Stew, Franco, same names as always. Appreciate you always, guys. Carl, morning to you. Sebastian, my YouTube member, how are you, mate? Hope you're well. Rastafari, g'day to you again. Real Batman, how are you? The most consistent trader out there. Appreciate it, mate. Appreciate the kind words. All good, brother. All good. Hope you're well as well. I got that second trade in on gold yesterday. Took a sell limit on the interruption play. Yeah, a few of the guys are waiting for it to pop up to there was two. There was a 15-minute and 30-minute level. It was just a few of the guys were waiting for it to pop up to that point. I took it as it popped up into that point there, and that was the result. So rejected. Had very little drawdown. Had like 3 pips off something drawdown. That was a really good entry in here. Sebastian, unfortunately I missed the second trade yesterday, but new trades are coming. Yeah, trades are always plenty, guys. Tony Gold, EU, AU, please and thank you. Yep. EU and AU, I'll quickly look at that before I get to the TikTok chat. I haven't forgotten about you guys. I'll just quickly have a look at EU and AU. So EU, assuming they're both quite similar at the minute. Yes, they definitely are. Therefore, the analysis would be pretty much the same. So the weekly is forming a very strong bullish candle, similar to German 40 here. Still not much compared to the previous candle, but it is forming a very strong bullish candle nonetheless. Actually, more similar to GJ. German 40 is pretty very strong bullish candle. Daily candle probabilities are to the upside. So what we're going to do is marking the high and low. See what we've got either side of it. Looks pretty clean on either side of it, but we'll see more once we get down to the 4-hour. We do have a bit of an interruption here. We've got the IC candle at this point here. I wonder if any of my guys are looking at that. Maybe Tommy, you might be looking at it if you're out there. Yeah, so we got this interruption here on the 4-hour. Bit of a strong push though. That's the only concern. I'm looking at some numbers on EU before. It's already traveled quite a lot throughout the current weekly, so yeah, it doesn't mean it can't continue, but that would put me off slightly, the actual data itself. Structurally though, the 4-hour is technically bullish, and once again we do have some clean traffic to the left of it. On to the 30. All right, just gonna mark in that, change it to the minor zone to blue, and above it, yeah, pretty clean. Got enough margin to look for a buy. maybe just. Yeah, so very simple. It's very bullish at the minute. So I would prefer to buy it. So option A would be on the pullback, and as long as we respect the daily low, we're going to remain bullish in structure. So we'll look for the buys from the daily support, even if it was to sweep the low. That's the case. Once again, similar to what I mentioned on the gold, which is waiting for it to pop back above and then form support and then look for a potential buy. However, if it does sweep the low, flip the structure bearish, so close below it, retest and begin to pull away, then that could trigger a deeper pullback. So sells below that point there would be great, and buys above the high. So once again, we're triggering sellers at this point. If we were to wipe those sellers out, pop above, close above, and I would look for a potential buy above that, the current daily candles high. Would be a bit tempting to sell it if we do reject and pop below support, but we're not quite back below this resistance, and we do have a few little interruption candles here. To be honest, that would probably be my entry for a buy. Maybe a buy limit at the high of that bearish candle. That's something I would personally look at. I did trade EU. AU looks very, very similar, breaking out the minute, but you do have some resistance here to the left. AU's at some very strong resistance by the looks of it, so a little bit tricky on AU to the upside here. I'll just quickly have a look at the 4 hour and the minor time frame. Once again, the weekly will be forming strong bullish. If I dropped out on YouTube, I'm not sure if I have. No, I think it's all good. Yeah, the 30 is bullish and the 30 remain bullish as long as we're above this support. So it's a bit above the daily low. So I would preference price pulling back to that point there, looking for support to form to buy it. Yeah, other than that, maybe a cheeky buy limit just a tad below it at that bearish counter high. And the sells below, to be honest, I would rather wait for it to potentially break the low, close below, retest. Even then, you're running into support. The sells don't look fantastic to me. Probably best to wait for it to pop up higher, tap into the 4 hour resistance, and then look for options to sell it. Hopefully that makes sense. It's fine. Okay, all good, man. I hope you are. All right, TikTok, time for you guys. Welcome to the 76 of you currently on stream. Gold just consulting at the minute. Thank you to the new followers as well. Let me have a look at the TikTok chat. Dylan, more to you. Justina, nice name, very similar to mine. Got the A. I'm on gold sell. It's okay. If it's within your plan and your plan was to sell it and you have rules as to how you're going to go about managing it, then it's okay. If you're just taking it because you think it's gonna sell off, maybe because you saw a strong bearish candle, you might want to rethink it. For me, it's nothing at the minute. It's just consulting. I don't have any price action catalyst whatsoever to look for any entry, so I'm just holding tight, sitting tight, and not doing anything at the minute. So personally, again, I'm waiting for it to pop up to either the 4 hour resistance, look for signs of rejection for a potential sell, or pop back down to the 4 hour support, look for signs of support forming again for a potential buy back up. That is my opinion of it. All right, what else we got here on TikTok? Black Angel, hello to you. Zuki, thank you for sharing a live, guys. Oh, thank you for sharing a live, and guys, if you'd like to share a live, please feel free. Uzi, can you? Yeah, so I've had a look at EU. Dean, what is the maker? I don't see you use it before. The marker, sorry. Where's the marker? Well, that's the Asian session range. So that's the high, that's the low. It just shows me where we are within it. This is the daily candle printing, so it's not indicators that give me a signal to take an entry. It's just to let me know where we are within those two time frames, really. Yeah, please look at the email I sent you. Thank you. Yeah, when I get some time away from the stream. Jacopo Gold, yep, had a look at it again, been over it, so probably caught that. UJ Savage King J. UJ, let's look at it. Not looked at it this week, I don't think. Forming a strong bearish candle weekly, yeah, very strong bearish, but again, still compared to the previous weekly candle, it's not put that big a dent into it. It's only about halfway in, so normally that would be the level I'd want to see. That's the monthly, apologies. All right, on to the weekly. So the weekly is pretty much doing what I normally see in this sort of situation off the back of that rejection, the long upper wick left from that previous weekly candle. We do have a lower high. Not a great deal of volume though. Let's just mark in the low. We could have also marked in the high. Anyway, daily, well, candle probabilities, we don't really have much in regards to probabilities on the daily time frame here. If we were to begin to break low of that previous daily candle, would trigger a deeper sell-off. The issue is it's into this wick, so price could reject, bounce anywhere within it. Just below that wick, you're running into more support, so looks to be a pretty tricky level here on the daily time frame. The 4 hour also in some heavy consolidation at the minute. Just mark in these lows for the time being, and we'll also mark in that's the most recent resistance. Make our way down to the 30. Actually, what's the structure here? Bearish structure is bearish here on 4 hour. The M30 appears to be technically bullish, yeah, until really it pops below this resistance, this support here, this bearish candle. All right, let's actually look at the 15 and see what sort of zone that is. All right, so we're gonna incorporate that low. All right, so for me on UJ, I'd rather look for the buys just based off where we are within the range. We're near the bottom third, we're near a support. Wouldn't really make much sense to sell into it. The only sell I would consider is this little pause candle just here, trending bearish. Prior to it, we made a nice clean move down, got this one little pause candle which crept into the market. We are engulfing that candle, so long as this candle closes bearish engulfing, then I would, and considerably enough engulfing too, and I would consider a limit order sell at the low of that bullish candle. That'd be one way to get involved in the sell options. Otherwise, further sell options, we just need to wait for a pullback. Whether it forms an equal high or lower high remains to be seen. You just need to wait a catalyst, and otherwise sells below what is actually 15-minute support, below 196.980 as well. If price was to pop below that point, clean traffic to the left, but I would definitely think we've come pretty much from the highs, not much exhaustion. If we were to trigger in buyers, wipe those buyers out, close below, retest, pull away, that would be my option to the downside. Here's UJ back to the gold, and not much is happening, just consolidating. No, how long been trading? Over 8 years now. Uzi, yeah, I had a look at it already. Hopefully you caught it before. Yulan, ETH. Just gonna follow Bitcoin for the most part, so I'll quickly look at it. You got 4 hour structure is bearish. It's at some resistance here on a 4 hour. It's one choppy area, to be honest. I would only trade it off the high time frame picture. Yeah, for me on ETH, I just look for limit order buys if it were me. I wouldn't trade it, I'd just accumulate it, and I'd be looking for pullback buys. Maybe a limit order back at support 36.40. Whoops. XRP. And another one 35.81. As I mentioned on Bitcoin, high time frame is still bullish in my opinion until we begin to pop below 105 flat. Still in an uptrend here. ETH on the high time frame picture actually it has flipped its structure bearish. On the daily it has. Yeah, so if that's the case, then if it does begin to pop below 33.54, I do believe it could really come back down towards that 3k region. Then you do have the structure being bearish, but again, a lot of it would depend on the direction of BTC, obviously. Gold popping back up. Well, let's see if it's gonna actually pop up to the 4-hour resistance here. Simi X5, you looking for buys on gold? Maybe, not in a minute. Dive, g'day to you. I know his gold buys now valid. There were no gold buys for me, so not in a minute. Uzi, all good. Jacopo, sell or buy? Nothing in a minute. Yep, so Savage King just had a look at it for you. Arafin, morning to you, brother. Hope you're well. Savion, this is GJ. No, it's not. This is, though. Oh, this is closed below. On the 15, not the 30. GJ, limit order sells on the IC play, potentially in 7 minutes time, guys. This closes bearish engulfing. But has some decent limit order sell options. I love that bullish candle. Maybe let's keep a bit of an eye on it. To my name, let me send you guys a link to a call. Let's have a look at analysis sent in. All right, so Nev sent in analysis earlier today on the gold. Looking for a pullback to that level. I think it may have literally pulled back to it by the looks of things. Very close to it. If not, nice one, man. Hopefully you're in a trade there. Let's have a look at GU. Let me quickly... Yep, here we go. GU. And let me pull up a chart from Franco. Alright, so it's at some high time frame resistance. You're looking for price to reject, come back down to support for buys. So very similar to AU. This is all closed below for sales. Yep. Looks very similar to AU in that regard. Yeah, I see it. I see exactly what you mean. As far as where to sell it from. Yep. Yeah, it is at a 4-hour zone. Yeah, this is really one big area of resistance. Yeah, I would favor the buys as well, but on the pullback, very similar. And otherwise, closures below for a sell, closures above for another potential buy.
What's up, brother?
How's it going? How are you, mate?
Yeah, good.
All good. What you looking at?
Yeah, so different.
Say again?
GC1 and gold look so different today. Just very different.
Oh, they are quite different. Yep.
Different. With 4-hour.
The futures contracts means that resistance. I was gonna say it looks pretty good for a buy. What does this look like in the M15?
Yeah, so I think yours has still a delay.
Bullish wick.
Mine, 4-hour also closed above.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on mine the 4-hour also closed above. Even the 30-minute and 50-minute closed above now. but it just came from down. So
yeah, doesn't look bad to be honest.
would you say this is better because it came from all the way from the support, or would you say the
From the support, I would prefer to see maybe a little bit of a 15-minute pause here. Let's measure it quickly. How? Yeah, so it's 100 pip move already. Yeah, I would prefer a little bit of exhaustion. Price tap back in maybe to that zone. Even watch it a bit on the 5-minute, see if you get an actual pullback on the 5 to tap back in. I know it's done so in this candle, but yeah, I would preference probably a weak bearish 15 close and then for a buy, because it has come from 100 pips back.
Yeah, I agree. 4 hour also doesn't have a bottom wick, it's just a very small bottom wick.
Yeah, and it could reject within that level. So yeah, maybe preference that little bit of pause and then possible buys off the back of that.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, good brother, good to have you on the stream.
Yeah, I have a free day today, man. So
Nice one. Nice one, man. Good place to be then. Yeah, so it's just seeing you mention it in the YouTube chat. Panda, any tips on EU? Yep, been over it. So Nev, g'day to you. Yeah, EU is quite bullish at the minute. I would preference buying it, and it would be upon the pullback, or maybe even a limit order buy at the high of that bearish candle, or upon continuation back above the current daily candle's high. YouTube guys, if you could, don't forget to hit that like button, please. There's more than 50 of you on stream. We've only got 20 likes. Let's get that like count up if we may. And all good. We have a bearish daily CRT. James, no idea what you mean by that. I'm not phased at all by it. You know, yeah, so we just had a look at GU. Hopefully you caught that. Satoshi Nakamoto, good to have you on the stream, the one and only. Yeah, gold again, I'm just looking for price to pop back up to either the 4-hour resistance to see how price reacts to that level for a potential sell, maybe even buys if we pop above it, or back down to the 4-hour support, because at the minute we're just consolidating right in the middle here, so nothing. Arafin, look time. I'm all good, man. Had a cracking workout today. Went and did a little bit of shopping prior to my travel. But no, all good, man. And X 3408 for TP on a buy. Well, I do it differently, mate. I would not be targeting that point personally. I definitely look for levels in between. If you're looking to buy it above the high, you still got resistance to the left here, 33.93. You got more resistance, 33.95. If you're asking me, can it get there? I mean, it could, but it would not be my target, no way. Steve, morning to you, brother. Hope you're well. J Skyra, Sol, you think? No opinion on it. Doshi, I'm shorting gold. Alright, fair enough. You have your TP at 84 for what? Solana. Well, once again, I will follow obviously the Big Daddy, and that is Bitcoin. I mean, it looks quite bullish to me. Maybe at the higher time frame, maybe just could pull back, but breaks low of that weekly. Still, obviously, got a few days left to close out the weekly on any of the cryptos. Daily is bullish. It did respect the structure here, just so it's found support at the last significant high low here. That's a good signal that we could potentially continue bullish, especially if it begins to break the resistance. So not too sure about the sells, to be honest. The 4-hour is also, I believe, bullish. That's some resistance. We got resistance at that point. Tapping into resistance just now. To me, I mean, it's bullish. Very bullish. Could it sell off? Yeah, it could. Doesn't mean it's gonna pump, even though my opinion of it is bullish. A person would not be buying it. But trading wise, I mean, I'd be waiting for a pullback or buys above the high. If it was to close below the support, then probably lead to a deeper pullback where I'd probably look to sell it to buy it later, lower down, if that makes sense. Sell to buy. All right, so we're closed the M30 and we're closed strong bullish. Still below resistance here, so nothing. I'm not going to buy it into it. There is nothing yet for me here on the gold. Ali, what's the candle on the right? That's the daily candle printing. Oh, Michigan, you've been in sell since 33.84. All right, hopefully you've managed to secure some profit because it's popping back up. And I do believe that there is a good chance it could actually, in fact, tap into that particular level you sold it from. Also sold in, nice work. Harrison, should I start day trading? It's entirely up to you, mate. It's definitely not for everyone. I'm assuming you maybe have come from a swing trading background. That wasn't for me. I could not stand it. Which WA is best and cheapest to hold? Silver? RWA? Real world asset, is that what you mean? Well, I'm a big believer in it. I still believe it's very, very undervalued. It's the one I hold the most of. Cost on futures is very clear. Yeah, we had a look at it before if you're talking about GC. Yeah, interesting one. Araphant, yeah, so I was correct. The world asset. And tech support on the candle for our flip after it created a wick. For 5R, risking 1% on a wonder, gold chart. Okay. Interesting. Well done. If you are in some, looks like you're in decent profit. So, Copo, guys, once again, if I'm not in a trade, if you don't, for instance, see this up on the chart, there is no TP because there's no trade. If you're asking me where I believe it could push to just now, potentially it's resistance, but that's not TP because I'm not currently running a trade. Tim, you have a buy from 33.73. Nice one. Looking good. Again, we are approaching or currently actually at some resistance, so be careful of that. Once again, YouTube, please, we could just, let's get that like count up to 40 today, minimum. And TikTok to you guys, don't forget, yeah, at some point you need to sub to the YouTube stream. Because as of mid to late next week, I will not be, there's a good chance I won't be on TikTok for a bit. Because I'm overseas, and last time I tried to stream from overseas, it bypassed the VPN, and I lost this account for 6 months. Lewis, what time frames do you work your analysis and entries? So the entries usually come down to the 15 and 5. The analysis across, I start at the higher time frame, so weekly, daily, 4 hour, then down to the lower time frames for the entry points. But even then, we're working on a few things where we could even use the higher time frame as your signal, and the actual level itself is based completely all on the higher time frame. So that's something we're working hard on with the team. We've done a lot of back testing over the past few days. That's in a folder here. This is the work you got to put in, guys. This is what we've been doing the past 2 days for about 2 hours a day, an hour and a half. Just back testing a particular entry that we want to perhaps begin to use. Recording all the results, going into full detail. That's the type of shit you need to do, and that's what we do at A.C.T. For those who take advantage of it, I understand some are busy and they can't attend these calls on it, but some pop into the group, never ever hear a word from them, never ever send a message. I always send a welcome message. Not sure if they go through any of the content or anything at all. No idea if they're progressing or nothing, and that's up to them. But if you do join, what I would always recommend and what I always do say to any new member is always feel free to contact me, ask any question, ask as many as you have. Question everything I say and do. Ask me why I'm doing it. What's the reason for that? Because that's the best way to learn. Join as many of the calls as you can. There's a call pretty much 5 days a week, sometimes 6 days a week. So I'm very, very active within my group. Too, maybe we pull back, but it's so bullish right now. Yeah, it is very bullish, to be honest. Order block should be sell. Doesn't have to be anything, to be honest. Lewis, all good. S Dream Lux, good day to you. Sell, nothing in a minute. Lewis, what? No, again, it's my own strategy. We've got many different ways to get involved in the markets. There's support, resistance, there's continuation trades, there's limit order trades, there's trades within the rate. There is just, yeah, there's so many ways we go about it. And XAUUSD, someday I have courage enough to stream my live trades, but props to you on that. Well, yeah, I mean, it's good. And what it does is it holds yourself accountable. So I wish you luck, mate. You know, I'd be, yeah, I mean, I'm all for anyone who wants to give it a crack. Is you putting yourself out there? You know, obviously open to criticism. I cop it pretty much every day from someone, but it's all good. Yeah, it is what it is. But Tim, see how price reacts now and then look for a sell entry, possibly. Breaks the resistance, it will go up, possibly. Well, Arafin, you made a strategy called ping pong. That's pretty much what Gold's been doing this week, but managed to score some nice trades off the back of that. Dive, this guy's the real deal, best trader. I appreciate the kind words. Again, not out there to be the best trader, I'm just out there to be the best I can be. Asan, by the way, thank you for the sticker. So what I mean by that is by just following my rules, remaining humble, knowing the markets can humble you at any point in time, but don't do anything stupid, don't react to FOMO. Trade the plan, a plan that works for you. So 80% of the time my plan works. What I look out for, I just need to focus on that. Not shift gears because I'm bored or feel a need to trade. Focus on my plan. Most disciplined trade. I like that one, but again, I still slip up at times. Done it on stream as well in regards to discipline, but not often. Lewis, I'm sure you get this all the time, but how long you have? 8 years, more than 8 years. Emery, good day to you. Do you think we see 3402 on gold? Again, what I think eventually yes, because I think gold's going to create an all-time high at some point. I'm not concerned by it because I'm concerned by the current price action. Concerned by how price might react to the resistance just above the current level. And if and when we approach and pop above 33.90, then that's when I'll probably start to be a little bit concerned or focused on where we could potentially head to, and maybe that number might be it. Wow, GJ. Oof. What a move. Anyone take the counter trend sell on GJ? That's in. We have break resistance. FX, do you? I have to buy that indicator that shows daily. No, it's free. BO3. Yeah, it just shows you the daily. Like obviously the open here, open price, daily low, where we're currently at, and the high. Phil, good day to you. And a big move on EJ. Yeah, similar to GJ here. So EJ also probably gave a few opportunities for a sell. Still got an opportunity upon the pullback for a sell. That particular level there looks really good. So your next target on EJ is this support here. Don't really have much margin. So for me, I would not be trying to sell this into the support. I would just now wait for that pullback, and I would look for pretty much a limit order at low of that little IC candle. Stop loss safely above that swing. And that would be, personally, that would be my play. Oh, gold pushing through. Okay, so now we need to measure this move. All right, it's a huge move. So off the back of that, we're more than 140 pips now, probably about 150 pips in. I needed to wait for a pause. Need to wait for some sort of sell pressure. 5 minute, we don't even really have it as well. So we need some sellers to step in here. The preference would be for this 15 to close above. And follow, only to be followed by something that looks a little bit like this on the next M15. Wicking down into the zone, even below it, into the range, would be great, only to close back above. That would suggest to me that perhaps to just grab some more liquidity from this range below, from below the actual zone itself, back into below the resistance. And if prices begin to break that candle's high and the following candle, then that could be us heading up to the next resistance, the highs off the 4-hour level. Because one thing we need to consider, guys, we come from 145 plus pips back to get to this point. So I didn't trust it here. Reason being, I did not have any price action signal or catalyst to buy it from this point. We're just in the middle of the range, coming off the back of a really strong bodied bearish candle. Still don't have any confirmation a little bit higher up. So why would I just buy it now? And without it resetting, this is something I spoke about yesterday. Someone asked me what I mean by resetting. I think it was you, Arafin. This is what I mean by resetting. Another signal within price action. And that signal is, as I mentioned, closure above, next candle closing a little bit like so. We still might get it. Not a bad closure, not quite above, but it's good enough that if we did get a weak pause here, I would consider buying it at perhaps London open. The other thing we want to be a little bit weary of and cautious of is the fact, because this often happens, guys. I mention it all the time on stream too. Often price will break above the daily high, the Asian session high, pull back to retest it. Sometimes it's going to pull back below it, and we end up right back down. So let's just see what happens now, where we closed pre-London candle, and we'll have a look at what options we may have off the back of it. So Gal, Abdi, Ali, UJ had a look at it before. Wow. Continuing bearish as well. So weakness in the dollar at the minute. Yeah, I've just been waiting for a pullback as well. I'd still be looking for a sell from that bullish candles low. Tim, you have TP 3385. At least it's huge. Well, it's tapped into that, hasn't it? Nice one. Yeah, I just checked UJ. Sunny reversal would be huge as the next resistance level is really far away. On UJ, it's made a very clean move, so it's going to move. Obviously, if it's going to reverse, then you got a pretty good target for it as well, where it could potentially come back up to. But it would be nice if it actually pops down a little bit lower towards the lows of the 4-hour support and then forms a little bit of structure from that point prior to looking for some buys. Because what you got to think is that we've made a pretty significant move to the downside here. So would you trust it off the back of one candle closing back bullish? And if you did, I understand, no problem. If you do, you take it. But personally, I'd rather see a little bit of structure form. So maybe a bit of consolidation here on a 15 minute, sorry. And as price begins to pop out of that consolidation, you get a closure out of it. Try to correlate it maybe with a strong closure on the 1 hour candle. If you have that, then perhaps that would be a potential signal that price could reverse. But for me, again, I'd be a little bit concerned by this IC candle there. So that would be my target to the upside, and then I'd look for a sell. Off she goes, gold, wow. Once again, not comfortable taking it after already 140 plus pip push, so I'm just patiently waiting. Lewis, do you take these trades live or just... No, of course I do. Yesterday we took a cracking trade live, hit full TP. But again, I'm not influenced by anyone else. If I see a trade I see fit that, you know, ticks the box, then I'll take it. If not, I won't take I won't trade. It is what it is. That's what works for me. NAS going to buy more, maybe. So for Abdi, are you looking for buys or sells? Just depends. Look, in it, I would rather buy it, but not just now. I need a reset on. So again, we still might get it. We still might get this candle closing back weak bearish, remaining above the resistance here. Still not even had a 5-minute candle closing back in the opposite direction. Yes, can I do silver? Ali, cut. Quickly look at it. This is obviously my favorite for different reasons. Not, I don't trade it, but I do accumulate. All right, so silver, very strong bullish on the weekly, approaching the high of that previous weekly. Quite a lot of volume within the current weekly candle. We are approaching resistance low. Yeah, we can see on the daily time frame, which is that previous weekly candle high. Still got momentum, it appears, to the upside though. We have high low, high high to the previous candle. The 4 hour, but the 4 hour is bearish and it really is tapping into a very significant level here. All right, so it may be tricky buying it from the current area. And seeing it is still technically bearish the way I see it. It could be a good level to look for some sells off the back off down to the 15. And that is definitely bullish. All right, so what I would preference here on silver. What's it like to the left? You're at some resistance. Yeah, so you're at M15 resistance, just below the 4 hour level. To be honest, I'd rather it tap into the 4 hour level, pop back down, flip some structure on the minor time frame, which at this point isn't until this back below, right, a high, just back below 37,989 roughly. Then look for a potential sell below that point. Otherwise, I just look for a pullback buy. Probably use that whole level. Yeah, I reckon I'd just do that actually. I'd be looking for buys above and sells below it. That would be my plan. Gold still pushing. Still not one bearish candle. Want to see some sellers present at the current level. So patience is what works for us, guys. We've been absolutely killing. I think it's 6 in a row now, 6 or 7 in a row. And the stream record is just over 80%. Chris, the big green candle is the current daily, the way the current daily is printing. I just like to have a visual, just so I know whereabouts we are within it. And obviously we're creating a high. So we have tapped into the Asian session highs here too. Look at that. What I mentioned before, want to see price close above it, retest it, and if we see if we are going to pull away from it. The only issue I didn't like about it is the fact that we've got already had to push just to get to this point. Yeah, I'm more than 145 pips, so it's a bit of an ask for it to continue. It doesn't mean it can't, but I might feel much more comfortable had we have triggered in some sellers prior to looking for a buy. Josh, will gold reach all-time high? I believe at some point. Yeah, I definitely believe at some point. When? No idea. Isaac, EU, also about to break Asian highs. Has two, so similar to gold. Now you want to see, I mean, if this closes above, you've got engulfing M15, which will close the 30 above the resistance as well. So then I just wait for a lower wick to form at session open, and then look for a buy potentially above the high of your catalyst candle. I would definitely like to see a retest of this zone. Reason being is come from consolidation. So I want to see price retest the consolidation to see whether it's going to actually, if it's going to hold this time and we're going to begin to pull away from it. Got enough liquidity with now to make the move up, or are we just going to pull right back in it and end up trending back down? Without that retest, I would not really feel comfortable. All right, let's see. We've got just over 5 minutes to see if gold gives us a potential option here. Peter, all good? Good to see numbers going up here on YouTube. Once again, if you could smash, we should easily get 40 likes, guys. Isanako. I will have a look at NAS. We've got 5 minutes, so I'll quickly have a look at it for you. All right, so the weekly, wow, really strong bullish candle. Approaching the all-time high yet again. Wow. Everyone's calling for a massive sell-off, even me, to be honest. I still don't want to look for any long-term plays in this, in equities, to be honest. Daily, strong momentum still to the upside. High, low, high, high, current candle. Mark in both those levels, see what got either side of it. Seeing we do have now at high, low, higher, high, and the probabilities to the upside. If we were to, in fact, continue bullish, don't necessarily need to pull back and break our own low. If we begin to break that support, that might lead to a deeper pullback. 4 hour is, the way I see it, it's technically bearish until the all-time highs, to be honest. But yes, it is creating high lows, higher highs. You do have the daily candle probabilities to the upside, so I would still prefer the buys. As far as resistance, Just marking that previous level as support, sorry. Resistance, we've got most recent candle. Above it looks really clean, and now down to 15-minute time frame here. All right, so now just adjust this to that point there. That would be my focus for the pullback. So technically the structure in the 15 will flip below this point here. So I would say so long as we remain above it, I would preference the buys. And even if we begin to pop below it, I would still look for a buy from lower down. But I would look to sell it to get to that point where I'd potentially buy it from. So buys will be above this support. We do still remain bullish so long as we remain above it. Sells below it once we got confirmation of the structure flipping bearish on the M15. But once again, when you're looking at the weekly candle, it's printing very strong bullish. It could just be a pullback once again, grab some liquidity from the downside to head back up. So I would definitely consider buying it from the support a little bit lower down. And that is my opinion of NAS. Wow, gold is still pushing, guys. Oh, all right, all good. Not much I can do about it. Let's just see though. Let's just see if we remain above the Asian session highs here, or if in fact we begin to reject, and what sort of options we may possibly get to the downside. Have we got any little IC plays? Got one just there. Not sure if I like it though. Yeah, I really like that, to be honest. GJ continuing bearish. EA popping back up to the Asian session lows. Looks a bit nasty on the higher time frames. Well, looks pretty clean. Yeah, EA. Potential buy spot. This resistance sells back below it. Potential limit order sell as well. Anyway, just over a minute, guys, until we get the closure here on gold. Seekers. Not sure how to pronounce the name. Thank you for the sticker. Isaac, all good, mate. Pleasure. And X, yes, it has been. The monthly chart continues to reject. Harley Dax. Alright, I've got session open here, but there is no entry at the minute on gold. Ooh, so it's right back down at this level of support. I did mention I'd be looking to buy it from there if it did in fact come back down. So yeah, now possibly wait price action catalyst. We'll flip the daily candle back bearish. For me, sells have, unless you're in a sell from up here, kind of chasing it at the minute. So I'd just be waiting for price action catalyst. Gold just pumping. Ness, XAU is killing me. Well, hopefully it's nothing bad, mate. If it's killing you, then probably is. It's not doing shit to me at the minute. It's just not giving me a clean opportunity to get involved in anything at the minute, but it's all good. And X is a beautiful flower candle. Yeah, the 4 hours, to be honest, I mean, it's a very strong candle, but I don't really like actual 4-hour time frame. Very, very indecisive. However, if it does begin to break the resistance, then yeah, that would be a good indication that we're continuing bullish. Can I go to US30? I had a look at NAS. I don't like charting US30, especially this time of day. Plus, it has gaps everywhere normally. Yeah, so NAS buys from support basically. Buys above the high as well. I think I forgot to mention that. Yeah, definitely buys above the high. So Isaac, if you're watching, I'd also consider the buys above the high. The other thing we've got to consider, guys, this is a very strong area of liquidity on the 4 hour. Let's look at it on the hourly time frame as well. Still has some margin to the upside. Yeah, I really don't see much. I mean, limit order buy is the only half decent thing, but it's exactly that. It's half decent. To me, it's pushed too far. GJ as well. All good. Not much we can do about it for the time being. Do I go gold bearish? No, I'm not bearish on it. I just can't work a way in at the minute to the upside. Nas, you're down $468. Well, hopefully it's a planned risk, so it's risk you're willing to you know, put on the table for your trade, and you had a way of going about managing that risk as well. Otherwise, you should not have let it get to that point. You're not comfortable. It's a fact. I don't mean to sound rude, because I don't want you guys to lose money. But if you've taken a trade on your own accord, first of all, that's good. Nothing wrong with that. But you should have a plan. You should have a plan as to how you're going to manage your trade, whether it be in profit or loss as well. You need a stop loss. I don't care what anyone says. If you're scalping, you need a stop loss, because anything could happen. Trump could tweet something and this completely pumps, and then you're getting absolutely wrecked. Your account's blown. So yeah, hopefully you can manage to pour it back somehow, but don't chase it. That's all I'd say. No revenge train. Moonstone yesterday, 57 TP taken, as I said. Nice one, mate. Yesterday we also took TP on stream, as you saw. I took a trade after the stream also and took TP on that. Into broke FX futures. Yeah, the futures was moving ahead of gold, spot gold, but not always the case. So yeah, I just focus on the actual chart that I am trading in spot gold. Mainly top up Thai sim in minutes. Get a digital currencies. I'm not sure what you're on about, mate. No idea. That Duke Grizz, good day to you. Bye. Not just yet, mate. It's pushed over 150 pips at minute, so a little bit late to the party. It's just come from the middle of nowhere. Didn't really have any solid confirmation. I'm not going to buy it after the fact, so just wait and see. Danny effects if you like, but I don't have the signal to buy it. Trader 08 up 2,000. Congratulations to you. Dom Child, big sell off, 33.90 looking left. Yeah, well, that's the level I've got marked in. That's a potential rejection point. So for Abdi, no idea. I'm not removing it. I don't know what happened to my moderator. My moderator doesn't show up anymore. Not sure, mate. Unless you're using a word locked in like, I have no idea. Ali, what are the options now? To be honest, what I probably prefer to see now is price come back down towards the Asian session highs, the resistance, consolidate, maybe look for an option to buy it from that point. And if it begins to pop back below it, then we're back into the range below. At that point, there's a high probability that price will end up back at the support lower down. So either way, I just need a catalyst. And that is pretty much what I'd be looking at. But we need to wait and see if it does, in fact, present. Wasn't prepared to buy it here. I had no reason to do it. And even here, buying it into the resistance, and now we've pushed too far for me to just look for a buy without any sort of reset. Moonstone, sadly didn't have to go. Sadly didn't see a hit, but I followed a trade. Nice one. Yep, well, good work. Well done. To my Thai friend with the king and frog emoji, I think it is. Thank you for sharing the stream. I appreciate it. Since I XAU, Cell stopped me out this morning. Cell stopped you out this morning. It happens, mate. And X, the most I can risk at night is $250 and 2 trades for a total of 500 per night. Well, that's all right. If at least you got a plan, that's fine. As long as you stick to it.
Afternoon.
Oh, ANF?
Yeah, good mate. Not too bad. I see my gold trade left me without.
What's that?
I wasn't able to get into that gold trade because I was at work, but I could see it happening.
Oh, the one from here.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's tapped into that level. And look at it now. Your stops would have been fine, I think, as well, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Had it below
the swing.
Candle.
Yep. Yeah, interesting. Now it's a little overextended, so it's a bit.
That's all.
Bit too full
that's
now.
where all I was going for as well, is just up towards the top of the range.
Yep. Interesting to see it play out, nonetheless. You know, for obvious reasons.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason I saw the setup was the fact that you made that higher high. Higher low.
Here.
No, before that.
Here.
No, back over the other side. Yep, up the top of, yep, that's it.
Yep.
So you have made that higher high, and then you have a look where the last higher high was. Made the higher high, made a higher low, and then
Oh, okay.
support level.
Yep.
It's just a pullback into that support area.
Yep.
It's just
No, it would have been definitely a good entry point. I'm seeing similar on sells on GJ here.
yeah, so that would have been a great play just up the top. Yeah, where the action started.
Yeah, but even now, sell limits would be, I think, a pretty good play.
Yeah.
Stop loss back above the swing. So
Yep.
obviously something a little bit like so, targeting whatever the low is.
Yeah, I agree.
Nice one.
Sometimes you actually don't need to trade. If you just watch the action, you can look at the setups and learn. Take data some days.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with collecting data. I mean, we've obviously been doing a shit ton of that of late.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good fun. I mean, I enjoy those sessions. They're good. Yeah, but that's something I will consider, maybe placing a limit order later on.
Yeah. Yeah, because now it's like it's taken out the high. Sorry, it's taken out the low.
The low, yep.
So it's taken out liquidity.
Yep, correct.
Why would it keep pushing? You know what I mean? Like, so
yep.
It might come back to that area of support that you just marked out, and then push again to take out liquidity, capture people.
Yep. Yeah, I like it. It's probably the cleanest setup at the minute.
Yeah, well, there are, like, you look through all the charts, and they're, like, gold's in like a big range for a couple of
the
days,
high time frames.
But it is a big range, so it's a clean range. And then you start looking, like, GJ's popped out, like, was it last week or the week before, where it just didn't look very nice at all.
Yep.
And now you're starting to get some nice movements, like nice pulses of movement.
Yeah, impulses.
Yep.
Yep, nice one there, nice one here.
Yep.
So it looks to me like there's more volume to the upside though.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for, okay, so if we take this trade lower, looking for the break above the weekly high, which is the range high.
Yep.
At the moment, and look, there's probably a good possibility if it breaks the weekly high, it'll probably retest the current weekly high, and then maybe push higher tomorrow. So I think that was what I was thinking in my head anyway.
Yep.
But you know, these things could just turn around at that.
Yeah, and go complete opposite. So it's that's it. We just have to wait and see, mate. But nice one. Well done on your analysis either way.
Starting to come back together again.
That's it. I'm sure it won't take long. Sam, I think gold drops from here. No, look, it's very bullish at the minute. So it could, but I'm not going to predict that. I'm going to wait. So if you don't think we pushing up on GJ, broke 4-hour neckline. Pushing up. Yeah, I don't trade heads and shoulders and all that. I don't know, I don't see it. I'd lying to you if I did. I mean, it could bounce off support, but that's why I'd be looking for a price to come back down. And otherwise, I'd be looking for sells from that little interruption there. That would be my interest at the minute, GJ sell limit orders, but that's, again, it's far off it. We're into London open and still trading bearish at the minute. Suraj, just bought gold, should I hold? If it's within your plan, you should have a plan prior to any entry. You should have a target. You should know where you want to start to maybe secure profits or take some of the risk off the table if it goes against you. So it's up to you, mate. G, waiting for a sell now, potentially. Crispy Honeybee, g'day to you. Hope Trump is sleeping right now. Who knows, mate? Probably sleeps with his phone in his hand and just sends out random tweets. Would not surprise me. MC Dizzle, it's worth full porting small accounts or slowly compound. I would still slowly compound it, in all honesty, because yes, it can be, you know, it's not agonizing, but it can be frustrating because you're not seeing big amounts, big changes in your capital equity. But what it will do is it will obviously teach you a lot about whether you have what it may take to trade a larger account. You have the discipline and patience to trade it. So it relates across the board. So I always recommend having live skin in the market. So even if it's on a small account, trade it the same way you would trade any other account. Trade it with respect. There are obviously other ways of going about gaining access to large amounts of capital these days. But if you got, you know, a proven track record of consistency and discipline, you might have someone actually coming to you offering for a profit split. So that's another way of going about it. I would just trade it normally. Maybe if you really have that urge, have like $100 side account or something where you just go to town. If you really, I don't recommend it, but maybe that's like a Friday fun day thing for you. And that way you know that's the time, that's the day where you can just try to flip it. But there's a good chance you're going to blow it. Gold still continuing bullish here. No real exhaustion still. We've had a 5-minute couple bearish candles, but it's just nothing. There's no structure, no proper pullback, no reason to sell at the minute, so we're just chilling for the time being. Cheers YouTube for getting that like count up, appreciate it. TikTok, thank you to the 37 new followers. Don't affect sell. Should I sell? Should I sell? If you like. Just for fun. 06. Is there a broker I can use to trade on my phone? Don't have to be irregular. Most of them you should be able to trade on your phone. In fact, pretty much all of them if you have a MetaTrader. FN Banks. Well, that's a good point, to be honest. Any effects? Now, if you're feeling the strain and pressure from trading, then maybe it's not it for you. You've might have issues with psychology. That's something you need to work on then, by the sounds of it. You shouldn't feel pressure. It should be as simple as just reacting to your plan. You get a signal, you take your entry. If you're ever anxious or nervous about being in a trade, then you probably shouldn't have taken it. There's probably a reason for that. Or you may be over leveraged, over risking.
Justin,
Yep.
I just posted something in our Discord, just a gold trade idea. But what do you think about if it pushes back down towards the yesterday's high?
That's just 33.80 roughly.
Yeah. Yep.
33.80 lines up, I think, with 30-minute. Yeah, that level there. Yeah,
that's yesterday's high from yesterday's high. Only if it pulls back down and then creates the W.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's not that bad now because what we've done is and I could just remove this zone now, basically, because we've literally cut straight through it.
Yep.
I would normally wait for it to retest though and see if we form support above it. But if in fact it does cut straight through it to the downside, then yes, I do believe that would be a good level. Maybe you might want to go down to at least a 5-minute to wait for a confirmation other than just a buy limit.
Yeah, no, definitely not a buy limit. I reckon I'll be waiting for that pull down to that zone and then let price let me know that it's going to get back up.
So something like that.
Just like the W at that zone somewhere.
Yep. I actually don't mind that, to be honest. That could be maybe a way moving forward.
Yeah, and then look for the play to break the top after that.
Yep. Yeah. Sort of pull back, grab liquidity, break above the resistance here.
Yeah. Only if it plays out.
Yep. Actually, that's a good plan. I like it, mate. Have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Only this was a little bit.
What trading's all about.
Yeah, that's it. Waiting patiently.
Waiting for that.
Can't stress it enough.
Waiting for the market to actually tell you that it's ready to go again.
Give it a green light.
Yeah, exactly. Because right now we're pushed.
Oh mate, it's a big move.
Yeah, it is a big move.
180 pips already. $18 move.
And the only reason I wouldn't want to try and play the retracement back to the zone only because everything's telling me that we're bullish.
Yep. No, I'm definitely not interested in selling from here.
Yeah, exactly. Same.
But yeah, wait and see shortly.
Yeah, that's it. And if it keeps going and pushes and breaks that weekly high, then
then it's just a matter of
there.
yeah.
So you'll get the market will tell you if it's ready to go from that level. So
Yep.
the thing with gold, I always know it just likes to pull back to these type of levels all the time. Like if you're patient enough, you'll get plenty of opportunities where price will just push through the roof, come back, test a resistance,
Yeah, and then go again.
And go again.
Yeah, once it starts trending, it's very nice to trade.
Yeah, yep.
300%. So hopefully it might do that now.
Yeah,
Get out for this mess beating for a while.
But it captures all the people that just FOMO in because price is moving.
Yep.
And they'll get caught with all their stops that are just all the way down. It'll push it down through and then back up again because it just loves doing that.
Yep. No, I agree.
Anyway, we'll see what happens.
Once again, that's it. We just need to wait and see. I don't believe trend show me. IDK, I believe. What are we on about, guys? Forex Moon, don't sell. Who said we're selling? Jacopo, nothing just yet. EU, we had a look at it before, so it didn't end up closing back above engulfing, so there is no entry. It's just consolidating. You really need a strong closure above it. It looks shit house right now, if you'd ask me. Luca, yes, if it ticks the box in accordance with my plan, I do. Yesterday we took a cracking trade. Today I've had no signal, so I'm just chilling. Moonstone, you say sell at 33.90.5. All right, fair enough. But you're calling it, so we'll see. Look, all good. Again, I sit here, I analyze, I wait patiently. I have a plan. I know exactly what I want to look for once price is at the level I want to get involved in a trade. And if it does present, tick the box, like in accordance to my plan, like I did yesterday, I take the trade. Yesterday we hit full TP, some 50 plus pips on gold. So again, I'm really patient, very disciplined trader. And just for the sake of a stream, I'm not going to take a trade. I'll only take a trade if it's a trade I'm willing to risk money on, because I'm not throwing away cash on a shit house trade for the sake of it. Mario, awesome. I was late, but still able to catch up some amount. Fair enough. Chris, major rejection to Tuesday at this level. Yeah. Yep, a few days back. But we'll see. Nice PR3 trade. What is your bias? Bias is bullish. Lewis? I mean, not just yet. I'm still prefacing the bias, but if, like I said before, we come back down to the Asian session highs, this resistance, consolidate, begin pop back below, and a clean move up, there could be an option to take a sell back down. And there could be options to buy it from previous resistance as well. Predictions or dreams? Thank you. All good. Once again, thank you to the new followers, guys. The 50 of you, appreciate it. There's over 200 of you on stream, TikTok. So if you can, if you've not already done so, make sure to follow. And once again, I'll just quickly say it. As of next week, I will be traveling next Wednesday. So I won't be on stream Wednesday. Won't be on stream Thursday. We'll possibly be back on stream Friday. But I can't guarantee I'll be on TikTok, because last time I tried to stream from the land of Thai, even with a VPN, I got banned. I lost this account. So make sure at some point you jump across to the YouTube stream. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll be trading live on YouTube. I don't have an issue at all streaming live on YouTube from anywhere. So make sure to do that for me. It's the exact same profile name, exact same. Everything is basically the same. It's a better picture too. You get the proper overlay. You get all the numbers here, actual numbers itself, the price levels and all that. And gold just keeps pushing. Alright guys, give me a minute or two while I'm gone. TikTok, if you want, make sure to quickly check out the YouTube stream. I'll be back in a couple minutes, guys. 1 minute, 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Hey guys, wow. Oh, wow. What a move. What a move. Wow.
I'm the cry of a sport milk, man. My entry would have been perfect.
Oh, mate. Yep. You'd be seeing some very nice profit.
It would have been a
Yeah, it would have been a bit of drawdown, but still would have been a good trade. The other thing we've got here is the 5 minute IC play. So overextended though.
Yeah, it's too far away from the VWAP for the day, man. For me,
Yep.
like VWAP for the day is at 3377.46, which is
Far off.
one of the
Wow.
other reasons why I was talking
Oh,
about
look, targeting that.
VWAP.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just way too extended now to do anything. But you know, if we get a retracement back to that zone you've got there marked, and you get some sort of indication that it's going to hold.
Yep, that could be a next option to buy.
Play, so
yeah, back around the Asian session highs.
Yeah, I was just having a look at the 4 hour as well, because the 4 hour, you've just got that nice.
Oh,
top.
yep.
You've got that nice top there. So if you get pull back into that interruption 4 hour candle, there might be a nice little play there.
Yep, that would. But obviously, we need to wait 2.5 hours for that confirmation.
Oh, definitely.
But yes, I agree.
It's kind of what we've been looking at, trialing, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
4 hour.
And the thing is
this is one that I was talking about. You know how I was talking about last night about how many candles away before it touches that interruption candle? like this is
Yep.
like you say the 4 hour closes in 2.5 hours, and the next one comes back down, touches that zone. That's just like 2 candles away. It's
Yep.
like a break and retest zone.
Basically,
Oh.
it's pretty much what it. Yeah, but just a more impulsive entry.
It just adds confluence to the actual trade itself.
Yep.
But it is a long time away, and again, it's that thing about traders having to sit on their hands and just
Yep.
wait for the setups to play out.
98%, 99% of the time, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it's there. It's there to.
Nah, definitely. Yeah, that looks really good. And the good thing is, I was just going to say, it lines up with the resistance perfectly as well.
It certainly does. That's exactly why I was looking at the 4 hour going, shit, that's not a bad entry.
Yep.
It's
Yeah, if we only fast forward 2 hours to half hours.
Yeah, correct. But you know what? Like, it's still like you can take data on this.
Yeah, correct.
You
And it
set
could be a trade set up later on, either way.
correct.
So,
But just need to see what price does now, because we've kind of missed the breakout.
Yeah.
Because your play is to wait for it to break, come back and retest, and then you'll take the entry. Depending on if the candle set up the way you like as well.
yeah, to be honest, mate, I was looking at that earlier.
Yep.
Was looking at it. Also because I was looking for the sells potentially below here, but wary of that as potential level of price could bounce off.
Yeah. These plays are just happening just a fraction too early for me.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's happened before the stream.
Yeah.
And I started and it was too far gone. Either way, not saying it would have taken it, but I was looking at it. Definitely was looking at it earlier.
Look, it's great that the market's just is setting up nicely for trades at the moment. Like,
What is going on there?
Starting to feel like traders are starting to come back from their holidays, and
Yeah, we're starting to get some volume.
yeah, exactly. So it's great that it's great. Like, you're just seeing some nice price action on multiple charts at the moment.
Yeah. Just seeing, is there anything breaking, guys? If anyone can uncover anything, I don't think there is. Let's quickly look at financial juice here, see if there is anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say there is, and there's some nasty news coming up later too. So
Yeah, later there definitely is. But I mean, now nothing. So just price action doing its thing by the looks of it.
yeah. Oh well, and you'd kind of expect it as well, because as I said like earlier, prices ranged in this area.
Oh,
range
for
like
ages.
3 days, 4 days
Yeah.
now. So you're kind of waiting. You're expecting a move of some sort as the big players start to gather their long entries.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah,
This
and
is-
also in line for the actual high time frame picture.
Yep. So
It's
it was
still
definitely
bullish.
there. But you know, it'll give you another opportunity later.
Yep.
Another day.
Yeah, that's it. There's always plenty of
Markets are still
opportunities.
there.
It could be an opportunity in a couple of hours as well in regards to that 4 hour play.
Yeah, exactly.
That is looking the play at the minute, to be honest. That's looking really good.
Yeah, don't go too far though.
Come back
Nice.
after having dinner, or back at bloody resistance at 34.30.
I just set an alarm on that.
Yeah,
that line.
it'll start pinging when I'm having dinner, probably. No, I will set an alert actually here for that level. Why not?
Yeah.
Just to
Yeah.
see. I'll set it for a bit of. I'll set it for the resistance. Just so I know.
Yeah, exactly. So, but anyway, there's a couple of options there.
Yeah, for sure.
If the price retraces, it's just that there's no way I'm going to take a sell
Nah,
off of any type of candle at the moment the way it is, because it's
nah,
like
it's way too
someone
bullish.
poking up a knife through a box.
Yep.
You don't
It's-
know when it's going to hit you.
No, it's just way too bullish. It's very, very risky.
Yeah.
But yes, at some point it's going to pull back. But you probably would have thought after pushing more than 100 pips here, then it may pull back. Keep
Well,
pushing
it's
through
so
it.
much safer to
Continues
go
to do
with
so.
the flow than try and go against it. So like, yeah, these retracement plays are there, and people will take them.
Yep.
But you've got to have, if that's your strategy, that's your strategy. For me, I'd rather just go with the flow and try and look for areas that price might come back and tap.
Yep.
And then go again.
No, I agree. That's exactly what I'd be looking for now. Literally what levels we could potentially come back down to, tap into for maybe another, to get involved in the buys.
Yeah. Better go check on my food as well, mate. Let's see if the chickens are cooking.
Yeah, that's it. I'm probably going to do so shortly too, because this just, it's pushing. There's nothing I can do. I'm not forcing a way in. It'd be reckless.
Yeah, it's gone now. So,
still like GJ.
You had to take it like as a break of some sort, like
yeah,
break a lot lower, but you know you had to be around for it as well.
Correct. Still like GJ, but again, that's miles off as well.
Yeah, and the thing is, like these might set up in like pre-New York, so might still get an opportunity.
Correct.
If not, at least you can gather some data. You can see that you've got to play for the 4 hour. There's some nice data there.
Yep.
It does come back and tap it. You don't get into it, well, bad luck.
Yep, that's it. It'll be one that we can note for sure.
We'll take notes and see what happens.
Yep. Pulse is the same. He's done in breakfast time. I think that's alerts are the best way to go for about a minute. Chris, you think you retraced 33.76, 33.76. Yeah, so it's pretty much similar level we were speaking about in regards to the VWAP and also this resistance here. Yeah, quickly, let me once again have a look through TikTok. Oleg, you get the boot like anyone else who comes on here requesting anything stupid like you have. Buy? No buy for me. The move's gone. A, can I check NQ? Consolidate. Let's look at NAS. Same as NAS. So buys above, buys upon the pullback. Still very, very bullish. My catalyst to potentially sell would be a confirmation of the minor time frame flipping structure back bearish on the M15 here. At that point, you're breaking the daily low as well. So perhaps let it break the low, pull back, retest the low, and begin to pull away from that zone. And then you've got a pretty nice setup for a potential sell. But having said that, the weekly is forming very strong bullish. So it may be a short-lived pullback or just to grab some more liquidity to head back up. So I would look for buys from 23.310 as well. Unreleased, do you see the gap left behind on the M15? I just see it as clean candles. That's how I see it. Jacob, you're about to get prop firm account. What platform was the best data feed? For prop firms, you need to follow Forex Factory. The one account I had last year, early last year, and I think for the most part, most of them go off the Forex Factory news feed as far as red fold news and all that. No name, thoughts on resistance gold is breakthrough on the resistance gold breakthrough at the moment. Yeah, thoughts on gold, just led to this thing, maybe pull back to that zone. That could be another pullback level where we could await a price action catalyst from. I would consider it, but again, not be chasing it just now. I'd be waiting for it to pull back and find a signal. Gap between 77 and 80. I just see clean candles. I don't see a gap. Hello, do you think it will pull back 33.72? No idea. The way it's going right now, probably not. You mean Ninja Trader? Trader of 8? No idea. I'm not the man to ask about that. I have no idea. Danny effects 15 mainly, and the 5, but mainly 15. Resistance further to the left. You're talking about minor resistance. I would not be looking to sell from there. I'd just be looking at its potential level price could in fact trigger in sellers to pull back, but there is no way I'd be trying to sell against this current impulse. There is absolutely no chance. The only time I may consider is if we get that little pause play we've been working on and it makes the move down and we've got the pause just there, for instance, and then I might sell limit, place a sell limit, but it's highly unlikely. I'll just be looking for pullback guys. Buys. No name, all good. Anytime, mate. Anytime. Don't like payout rules are shit for most of the prop firms. Guys, TikTok, once again, over 230 of you on stream. Don't forget, jump across to YouTube at some point. Make sure to sub to the YouTube channel, because I probably won't be able to stream much on TikTok as of late next week. There's a chance that I'll struggle to stream because I won't be in my usual place. I'll be in Thailand, and once again, last time I used the VPN, still bypassed it, lost the account for 6 months. Got banned. It's a lot more strict there when it comes to trading. So do yourselves a favor and do me a favor. Make sure to have a look at YouTube stream. It's the exact same profile name. Don't forget to sub. I will be live on YouTube. I only miss a couple of days, but I'll be live for the most part throughout. Trade delicious. Good morning. Are you bullish? Yes, definitely bullish. Ghost GJ. Yeah, I'll be looking for a sell from that previous support on the pullback. It's a little play that we like and work on within the group, and that is valid upon of course to that particular entry type. And that is pretty much it on GJ. I don't like anything else at the minute. Looking for it pop down further and start to form some structure from the lows. Fantastic. But again, I wouldn't buy off the back of one bullish candle. I want to see a bit of structure forming from that level there. So hopefully that makes sense. Trade delicious. Yeah, it's my second home, so yep. I'll wait. Crypto engineer, which pair? This is currently Great Bridge Pound JPY. Focus mainly on gold though. No stock, it is spot gold roast dinner with gravy. All right, guys. Not gonna get an entry. It's just gold's gold. Gold's gold. Gold. It is gold. Gold. It has gone. It's made the move, and it's not pulling back. So let's just measure it from that bearish candle low. 250 pips, almost 245, 246 pips. It's a big move. Big move. And X, thank you for doing so. Appreciate it, for subscribing to the YouTube channel. Hype Vision NASDAQ, I had a look at it before. Just consolidating. It is very bullish. Your catalyst to potentially sell it could be a short-lived sell. He's waiting for a confirmation of the 15-minute structure flipping bearish below the current daily candles low, but be very strict with it. I would suggest waiting for the closure below, waiting for that retest, and if it begins to pull away and break below your catalyst candles low, then potentially that's your sell option. If it sweeps the Asian session lows only to pop back above and does not close below, we're still technically bullish in a minor time frame here. That could just be a bit of a liquidity grab in order to continue and have the momentum to burst through the resistance at the current daily candles high. So the back of that, you've also got the weekly printing very strong bullish. So I would still look for pullback buys irrespective of structure in a minor time frame. Your next potential pullback buy is either once again at the support, the Asian session low, or a bit below it around that 300 to 310 sort of region. And that is my personal opinion of NASDAQ. I think that's about it. Hunter, gold will sell because it's reached. No, it doesn't mean just because it's up that we sell it, because it could still continue up. There is no confirmation to sell it. Mentioned before, people here would have thought it's overextended. It has to sell off, to sell, got wiped out. Same thing here, same thing here, same thing now. No confirmation at all to sell it. Let it do its thing. Hype Vision, all good. Arathon, thank you for sharing a live. Over 250 of you on stream, TikTok. Appreciate it. Welcome. Once again, don't forget to follow and also jump across and sub to the YouTube stream. Alrighty, team. On that note, oh man, I think you need a pee at the end of that. Good on you for trying. I'm assuming you're a man, seeing it says Bartman. Interestingly enough, your name is, that's their currency, the Thai baht. So chuck a P at the end of what you mentioned, and then you said it correctly. The Benny Chamberlain, the GOAT. Welcome, brother. Long overdue for a chat. Hope you're well. Hope you're well, bro. Be mean to send a message. Franco, all good. You come right at the end, my friend, though. But always good to see you on the stream. Yeah, so guys, we'll probably be on tomorrow. Oh, good, Ben. No worries. We'll have a chat at some point for sure. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, so guys, again, that note, don't chase gold. It's made a massive push. So personally, I'm just looking for pullbacks. This could be a first potential pullback zone or lower down back towards the Asian session highs. Like I said, we may have a decent 4-hour play moving forward as well, but you need to wait for the confirmation, wait for the closure considerably above this resistance, and that could be a potential for a limit order. But anyway, something once again we are working on. And that's it, ladies, gentlemen. Once again, appreciate you all. Should be on tomorrow. I'm definitely going to be on with my team if I'm not on stream, but I should be on. And yeah, trade safe, don't do anything stupid. High impact news to come for the pound. Very high impact news to come. And guys, take care. Bye for now. Have a good one. Summer, thank you for sticker. Cheers, guys. My team, I will catch you guys probably in a couple hours as well, by the way. So
Yeah, no problems.
cheers, mate. See you guys.
Bluetooth